You know, I always go back and watch these videos and I realize I'm squinting, staring into the sun, and there's really no point in that. Hey, thank you guys, 2,500 subs. 2,500 subs, go check it out. Click back out and click back in if you don't believe me. Couldn't have done it without you guys. So on that note, hey, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe. What are we doing? Putting some sounds in that truck. Right there. By now, I know my buddy Nate's watching. And he's gonna be like, bro, we're supposed to be working on your truck. And I'm not gonna out you, but you know, you got your things going on in your life too. That's, you know, why we're not standing on my truck. Because I know we're talking about painting this thing, and I want to paint this thing, but it just can't get my body and my back and my sore fingers to get on board with wanting to sand for the next 3 weeks. I know we need to do it. I know we need to do it, but what can I say? I have ADHD. So today we're working on something that's been bothering me for a while. Bumps in my truck. For those of you that remember, I used to have a big blow through in the back of my truck. Like huge, like 2,400 watts, crazy tens, push the windshield. It was good for me. It was louder than anything I've ever had in my life. It was excessive. And I'm old. And man, I can't say that I really need all that. So we're gonna try something different. Because right now, my current situation is this truck box. And well, it sounds like a truck box. I'm not a fan of truck boxes. If you've ever ridden in your buddy's mini truck that has a sub box like this, and you're all uncomfortable and your knees are in the dash and it barely bumps, it sounds like some dude's hiding in your trunk, hitting a bucket. There's no reason to be uncomfortable and have crappy sounds. So that brings me over to this, CT Sounds. Look at these little bad boys right here. Now I'm gonna be running 2 of these. This is not my idea. I actually started following some guys on a Facebook group that are doing this with Tacomas, where they're building some sweet stuff for their Tacoma standard cabs using the 6.5-inch mezzos, CT mezzos. And that's what these happen to be right here, these little bad boys. I got them brand new from CT Sounds. I did not get a discount. They did not pay for this video. I don't think they're ever gonna even gonna see this to know how I'm, you know, using their product or misusing, depending on what their marketing guy thinks of this truck. But I am looking to do good sound in a tight space. So you guys know me, I like to take matters into my own hand. Why didn't you find someone to buy a box? Why didn't you find someone? It's a box. My small business, I work with wood all day. I can do a little bit of 8th grade math. There's subwoofer calculators and box building guides online now. You can even download PDF and instructions and go on Fiverr and hire guys to do the math for you if you're not. There's no excuses is what I'm saying for me to be able, that's gonna be somebody else that's gonna be mad watching this video because I'm not answering it right now. There's no excuses for me not to take matters into my own hands and build my own box. We're gonna use all the space behind the seat. I'm gonna put my seats in the all the way back position. We're gonna bust out the table saw, bust out the routers, bust out the wood glue, and we're gonna get the building. So as you can see, I'm already knee deep into it, and I thought, wait, I should record this for the internet, for YouTube. For YouTube land, I should record this and document this in case anybody else wants to do a CT mezzo subwoofer sound setup for their standard cab, body dropped Toyota. How's it gonna sound? How's it gonna work out? I don't know. It's been a lot of years since I built a subwoofer box. Matter of fact, I'll show you the last subwoofer box that also happened to be for this truck. Let's get it out here. Don't ask. Yeah, this is it. It's a singleton that I built out of some crappy cabinet wood I had laying around. And I put a Pioneer 10-inch shallow subwoofer in it. And well, let's just say it sounded as bad as that box looks. So we're gonna try and improve on that. Actually spend some money on some good wood, some good screws, and some good glue. Worst comes to worst, we can just cover it in carpet and say somebody else built it. Let me give you guys a little bit of background or specifications on these subwoofers I chose. I'll put all the stuff in the description, the link to where I bought them. But basically, there you go. They're 400 watts continuous. They're dual voice coils. I'm using 2 of them. We're gonna use all the space we have behind that seat, and hopefully it's gonna sound decent. And don't ask me about tuning, and don't ask me about this, and I'm not a bass head. I don't know what all this means. I just need something that sounds a little bit better than what I have. I don't need to blow the windshields out. People don't need to know I'm coming. I just need clean sound inside my truck. I want it to sound like my $130 Bluetooth subwoofer soundbar system sounds in my house. You know, where it's not excessive, but it's clean and crisp. I'm old. That's what I want. I want quality. What am I gonna use for power? Okay, we're gonna start with upgrading my batteries. Merry Christmas to me. Put 2 new Optimas in the truck. Put all the 0 gauge wiring I had back in the truck. Reuse the same 2400 watt amp that I had. All right, feel free to roast me in the comments below on this fantastic install, but what are you gonna do, man? And wire this bad boy up. Look, we're cutting wood, eh? Why is it I'm always working out here in my house? It's because I had other jobs to finish and I had free time. I swear, I know it's the new year. We're gonna start using the new shop. We're going to. GoPro did some weird switchy thing and I don't know how to switch it back. So if it looks really tight on my face, sorry. Okie dokie, eh? We got our lower panel cut and now we're getting ready to move on to the back. This is gonna represent where I'm gonna put the subs. It is gonna be a ported enclosure. It will be ported behind my seat. I'm not sure if this view is gonna help me with viewers. I might have to figure this out before the new year goes too long. It's like making me look old and bald and crazy. What is this GoPro doing? Check it out. That's where our subs are gonna sit. But before we can go too much further, I'll show you one dilemma. So basically, we need to create our sides, but not hit our magnet. Interesting, right? So we're gonna have to do like an up and out. Even though this is gonna mount from the other side because the sides I'm gonna cut are gonna come down 4 inches below to give us a space to space it up off the tunnel. Remember, we raised our tunnel for a body drop? So I'm gonna create this cavity that's gonna downfire into the floor. So take about a ½ inch out, let's say an inch. We got an inch for wood, an inch here, whatever this distance is. But either way, we still can't angle this puppy until we get there. So we gotta figure that math out first. I don't know if wiping this camera on a dusty shirt helps or not, but here we go. Man cannot survive on cool trucks alone. Meaning I figured I'd take this chance to go get some food. It's freaking hot out. Working in the sun, it's like 73, sucks. It's really miserable. Yeah, this is all just sitting here loose, so don't judge my angles. They fit much better, I hope. You know, we'll make it pretty after we make it functional. Don't be afraid to cut a second board. That's right. This board did not look good. Let's show you why. Let's show you why. I got this new toy from Harbor Freight. It is a cordless circular saw, and man, does it make life easy when you're using your workbench. I know she's a truck, but I'm still using it. She's a work truck. She can still be used for a workbench. She's not painted. Calm down. Yeah, so I was using this, and you know, I got my trusty straight edge here. And in the middle, it kind of did one of these, I don't know. And the gap just didn't look, well, as good as that did. So I broke out the table saw. I went out back, fired up the old table saw. We cut a new board so we can have something that fits tight instead of something that fits, kind of. Yeah, see that? See that right there? Pregnant. You got it. Yeah, see that? I don't know if you can see that on camera, but my point is, it's just money. Don't send it. Don't fill that full of sawdust and glue and sand it and Bondo. And this is your base, and your base depends on you doing a quality build. Take your time. Spend some money. Cut another piece of wood if you have to. It's no big deal. They can't hear you bump tonight. They'll hear you bump next week. No big deal. You're doing this for you anyways, right? Old man. All right. Test fit time. It looks so weird looking at a box that doesn't have speakers in the front. Couple of owies, of course. Blood, sweat, and tears, they say. Mostly tears, I'm a baby. Kinda hurt. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard to do. There was some trial and error on that. And it's a good thing we're gonna hide all that. It's not done, this is just temporarily. We put a temporary amount of holes in it because yeah, I'm not even sure if this is gonna work. But I wanted to get it to this shape so we could see if it fits first. Is that fair? Why is this a good angle for women but a horrible angle for men? Look, this makes me look more bald. I'm gonna do this from now on. How's that for the chin? Looks good, right? Yeah, let's test fit it. See if it fits. I wanted to show you all that because I wanted to show you sometimes you're gonna make a mess and you're gonna lose all day working on something. But when you go and put it in the truck, yeah, it's just not gonna fit the way that you envisioned. I mean, it fits and it's in the truck. I mean, you could drive like this. To be quite honest, this is kind of how I've been driving with the truck box behind my seat, and it sucks. And I hate it. And this is why, honestly, I had a blow through. Because I knew the only way I was gonna get good sound was to have space. I hate truck boxes. They sound like truck boxes. Shallow subs, all that crap, I don't care what you say. I have yet to hear a standard cab truck that bumps, that sounds like it has subs in it. And now I got something that just aesthetically, like it doesn't match the angles of the seat right. It's hitting right here. That looks ugly. Like, I don't know. Some days it's time to walk away. You gotta know when to stop and go back to the drawing board and be okay to waste your time and waste $100. I think it was like 70 in this case. But it did cost me a day of work that I could have been doing something else. I'm not a box builder, that's for sure. Yeah, we can do better than this. We can do better than this. So that's what we're gonna do. Well, what a difference a good night's sleep and a cup of coffee makes. I'm pretty happy with where things are at right now, so I wanted to grab the camera and show you guys some adjustments I made. Now, look at that. My seats go all the way back for maximum space. It's all the way back on the track and it's reclined all the way back. And all I did to make the adjustment and make my angle fit better, look at that angle. Look at that angle. Is, well, I notched the center like I should have done originally. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So I actually could have made this box a little taller, I think. I think we could have ran it up some more. Got maybe another 0.3 cubic feet out of it. But we'll call this version 1. And depending on which thumbnail you're looking at, it's either gonna say this is a subwoofer fail or a subwoofer box success. So, I don't know. As of right now, I don't know. But you guys will know by the time you're watching this video if this is a fail or a success. Now that we know this is gonna fit in here, I'll go ahead and continue with design. We're gonna raise this up just a little, right? The sides will actually be the support to keep the subs off the ground. Let me go around the passenger side. So on this side, you can get a look. The subs will be down firing into the floor, much like the extended cab or crew cab version of a full-size truck. So it is gonna raise probably another inch, but you can see there's plenty of boom, boom room down there, right? If it bumps better than a 12-inch shallow sub with the crappy Alpine amp, I'll be happy. Not to mention, it feels good to get out here and work with your hands and make something yourself. As far as this goes, we'll close all this in. This will give me a place to maybe do a nice amp display. And then, you know, typical center console fashion is gonna come up this way with some cup holders. So, pretty standard design, but I'm digging it, I'm digging it. We'll see where it goes, we'll see where it goes. And don't judge me, she's rough right now. She'll be pretty when she's done. You guys have seen this truck. We know how to polish them turds around here. Not my truck, the box. The truck's gorgeous. I would never talk about her like that. All right, so again, starting with the notion of win or fail. I don't know yet, but here's what I've got. Now that we know this fits and I've double, triple checked all my clearances, we're gonna build our sides over here, right? Because you can see it's still open. We're gonna encapsulate this center section above the drive shaft. We'll build the side here. I'm gonna add 4 inches to the height. And hopefully that'll create some more space to where it pushes it up. Gives me some more depth off the bottom. Gets my height a little bit better where I want it, which will ease this transition of the seat. I still gotta keep it low enough to where the seat's not interfering, but I wanna raise it up enough to where the sound has no problem coming through. We'll end up, as you can see on this side, this will be the passenger side. You know, and everything's rough, so don't worry about this. We're gonna take it all apart, we're gonna clean it all up, we're gonna fix all this stuff, we're gonna add 1,000 more screws. I don't even know if I'm gonna use this box. This just might end up being my template, and I might recut everything, you know, and make a better box. We'll see. I gotta get these Christmas lights down. Could at least help me take the rest of them down. Get up there on the roof and knock the rest of them off. Can you do that for me? All right, so how'd we end up? Well, we've got subs in, and I wish I could show them to you, but they're up in there, trust me. And you can see after we attached our sides and put our 1,000,000 screws in and uglied the box up a bunch, right? Then we ended up having to raise it. Look at these little guys right here, 2x3 I had to put underneath it. So 1 7/8 inches. I should have made these sides 1 7/8 inches taller, it looks like. Let's call it 2 inches. Reason being is once those cones start moving, those foam surrounds on those subs, boy, they start hitting that carpet, they start making some noise, and it sounds like your truck's falling apart. It's not. I just made the box a little too short. That being said, you can see that our tunnel right here, shout out to Oceanside, right? Well, we got some storage now because the whole thing raised up a little bit more. Not to worry, because as we build that console I talked about, right? She's gonna come up there nicely. And that's a good thing. Let me take you around to the driver's side and show you that angle. All right, not much to look at with all these screw holes and things going on. You can see I didn't even bother to clean this box up. I think with this little flub of having to raise this higher and that, I think what I'm gonna end up doing is calling this version 1. And we'll do a second box now that we kind of, you know this is gonna work. We can refine this a bit. We can change that opening there if we want and lower it. We can get a little bit more height. We can play with our angle a bit if we want. Or we can just cut taller sides and call it a day, right? Kind of make that look nice and move on to the console. Looks a little odd not having some subwoofers in here, so maybe that'll give us some space to do something with the amp, which leads me, to think that there's cool possibilities of stuff we can do with plexiglass and things to show off the speakers. There's an amp, and I happen to be running this amp. It's called a Mr. Music Man, and it's like 2,000 watts or something. I don't know, man. All I know is it's a nice little amp. Seems to have plenty of powers for this setup, and it bumps. It bumps. I mean, it bumps for me. It was really, you should hear this thing. I drove with it all the way to Utah, bumping the whole way. Passenger will be my witness. He will come on here and testify. This thing never overheated, never shut off, and it sat in that exact same spot. Oh, actually, that's not true. It was screwed to the other side of the box. I'm already lying, telling fibs. But my point is, it never overheated. I don't have a cap on it, and I'm just running a regular battery. The headlights don't clip. I don't have any engine noise. I guess I'm good with it. Maybe you could let me know what kind of amp I should be running, and upgrading my wiring and all that good stuff, because I got batteries to go in here. I've got 0 gauge wire. I've got some other things to do. But I'd really like to hear your guys' thoughts on what type of amp I should be running with this bad boy. These two little 6.5s. I mean, I've been out of the game so long, I really don't know what's good. right, something we should probably talk about in this video because you can't really see it. I'll add some photos that I took and maybe this will explain it better. I think when I build these new sides, I think I'm gonna go back to that Facebook forum. I noticed a lot of guys, they're porting their boxes right here on the side, like this top triangle is open. And I chose to port mine down here on the bottom. The face is ported. It has a board. You see this line right here? There's a board that comes up where these guys are screwed in. That comes up, and then there's a board that goes all the way across here, halfway to the magnets on that side. So it creates a lower chamber that forces all the air out through the top and down this port on this side. You know, you can't really just hear it bumping here on YouTube, so it doesn't help any, but it's friggin' loud and it's impressive, and I can't believe it's 6.5s. So I'm gonna give this thing a W and call it a win. And it's just an ugly box. And as far as ugly boxes go, well, I can improve on that. So I'm good with it. Yeah, so I'd really like to hear what you guys think I should do with my amp upgrade situation. Should I just keep this one? Should I mount it in the middle? What should I do with my center console? So, you know, comment down below. Tell me if you like it. Tell me it sucks. Tell me, you know, you can do better. Tell me you want to see it painted metal flake gold.